Don't be afraid of what you're about to hear. Please don't be afraid. Sometimes we get so afraid when we hear certain things, but I ask you not to be afraid just this once. Just this once. Don't be afraid. Hello, Applebrooks, honey. I'm over here trying to get myself on here to see if I can be heard. I hope I can be heard. I never know. Let's see. Okay, hello Debbie. Hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to push that button when 8:30 comes around. I'm going to push it. And really, don't be afraid of what you're going to hear. There's no reason. There's no reason to be afraid. There isn't. Thank you for tuning in. I hope what I have to say encourages you. I do, despite what's happening in your world. How do you pick up the pieces of your life when it's fell apart? There are some who would tell you it's quite simple. You just pick yourself up and you just start walking, just keep going. But is it really that simple? No, it's not that simple. Not at all, because picking out the pieces when your life has fell apart, the mere fact that your life has fell apart and there's pieces laying down on the ground in front of you, that means that you're broken. You're broken. And when you're broken, there is a lot of pain that is associated with it. A lot of hurt. And you probably find yourself crying, wondering, now what? You may even find yourself asking yourself, will I ever be able to put myself back together? Will my life be able to be put back together? You probably will find yourself asking yourself that. If you don't, I'd be really surprised. I really would. And you may feel like it's the end of the world. There's no way you can go on. It's all over. There's no way you can go on because your life has now fallen apart. And with it, you have fallen apart also. So how do you keep going? How do you? Well, it takes courage. It does. It takes courage on the inside of here is what it takes. It takes strength. It takes, at times, for some people, crying out to God for help. It takes a lot of looking inward inside of here and trying to figure out, where did it all go wrong? Really, because you're going to start looking on the inside for those clues, and you may have an aha moment. You just may. And It's going to be painful when you do look on the inside of you, and then you start to see things that you didn't see before, things that you did not notice before, that led to your life falling apart, and the pieces of your life laying there on the ground. It's going to be painful when you see it. You may even get upset. You may get angry. You may want to blame other people. You may. But really, to what avail? To what avail? The thing we got to do now that your life has fallen apart and there lay the pieces of your life on the ground, we got to figure out how you're going to get put back together. How you going to have a life now that the life that you had is just shattered, more or less. The foundation has been ripped out, and all you see is, like, in some instances, ashes. Ashes on the ground. Because that's what you feel like. There's not even any pieces. It's just ashes. Well, you can rise from the ashes. You most definitely can. It takes love. It takes love for yourself, the person on the inside. You got to love yourself enough not to give up. You do. You got to have some hope on the inside of here. You do. You got to have faith. You got to have God. God is love. Okay. Love. And it's not easy. It's not easy. You've got to push yourself at times. You've got to push yourself really, really hard. You may envision yourself saying, come on now, you can do it. Just give yourself a little bit of nudge. Come on, you can do it. You may find yourself telling yourself, come on, you can do it. You can do it. That's that spirit within you telling you, keep going, you can do it. You're much stronger than you realize. You're much stronger than you think. You can keep going, you all. You can. The key is, even though you may stumble, even though you may fall down, you get yourself and pick yourself back up. Pick yourself back up. Keep going. No matter what happens, no matter if you face like the obstacles, you come to a dead end and think, now what? Well, keep going. Take a different route. Keep going until you find the passage through. The passage forward, because there is a way forward. Because when you have these certain areas that you think you want to go in your life, these certain roads you want to go down, I think I'll take this path right here because this seems like it's going to be good. And then you take it, and then it doesn't turn out to be good. Well, I think I'll take this one. This is my backup plan for my backup plan. And that doesn't pan out. Well, then you're left at taking the road that you really didn't want to take because you know that road is going to be very difficult, extremely difficult. But that's the only road left for you because the other two roads didn't work out. This is after your life has literally fell apart. The pieces are laying in front of you, and or the ashes are laying in front of you, and you are literally going to have to come through a rebirth. Going to be reborn. A complete start over. And you're going down that road that's kind of scary because it's the road that is way unknown, and there's no way you know what's laying down that road. You don't know. There's a lot of people who find themselves on that unknown road, and they have no choice but to keep walking. And it's scary. It's really scary, you all. It is. When you're walking down that unknown road and you can't see what's up ahead, you don't know. It's scary. It is. It takes a lot of faith. It takes a lot of courage. But you must know that you're never alone. You're never alone when you're walking forward. You're not. There's always someone there right beside of you. There is. You're never alone. Spiritual realm is there. Jesus is there. God is there. Love is there. Love is very, very powerful. It's very powerful, and it can sustain you, and it can lead the way. It does. God is love. You just keep going. And as you keep going, you find out that things are starting to happen that you didn't expect. Things are starting to work out. There's no obstacles, but it took so much courage for you to start walking down that road, because that's the road you didn't want to travel down, the road you least wanted to travel down. But you didn't have any option. It's one way. It's a one-way road. And you walked it. You had the faith within, you had the courage within. And you were probably trembling as you were walking it, but you kept going, and then you found out, well, something good has happened. And then you keep walking, and then you find out, well, something else has happened, and it's good. And then before long, you keep walking, you think, I can't believe this. Everything seems to be working out, and I was so afraid to keep going down this road, because I didn't want to travel down this road, because I didn't know nothing about this road. I didn't want to have to do it, but you did it. And with each step that you take, you feel a whole lot stronger than the very first step that you took. And you just keep walking and walking, and then all of a sudden, you see your life starting to be rebuilt with each step that you take. It's like miracles start happening. It really is. Miracles start happening, and you're rising from the ashes. You are. And a new life is being built for you. You're walking right into it. And all you had to do, really, to begin with, is walk. Just walk. Have the faith to keep going forward. And everything starts panning out. Everything that you need. And oftentimes, things that you want, it just keeps falling into place, and you think, I can't believe it. I was so scared. I thought I would never make it, because my life had crumbled in front of me. It was gone. I had no foundation to stand on. I lost it all. I even thought I lost myself. But there was a shrivel of hope, a little ray of hope, a little bitty flicker of light, or like right there on the inside of you, that did not go out. It didn't. You thought it went out. It didn't. And the more you walked, the bigger that light got on the inside of you. It got so big. And then, as you looked ahead, you could see clearly. You could see clearly. And when you finally get to that place where everything is it's just been laid out perfectly, they're waiting for you, that life that you thought would never exist again, but it's a much better one. You never thought. The light within you led the way. It started off little with each step that you took, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you were able to do it. And then you find yourself in a different place. You're no longer those ashes that are on the ground. There's no longer any broken pieces, because you got a fresh start. You got a new life, because you had the courage to pick yourself up and start walking. You had the courage, you all. You had the love within you, that light within you. It helped guided you. It guided you forward. Even when you thought you'd lose your way, you didn't. It's like there was a connection on the inside of you to where you were supposed to go. It was drawing you to it, that new life. All you had to do was have the faith and the courage to keep going. And then you made it. So how do you pick up the pieces, the broken pieces? I can't even remember what I said in the beginning. When your life has fell apart, how do you? Well, if you reach this part of the video and you didn't listen to the front, you're going to have to start from the very beginning, because I'd have no idea what I just said. I don't. I've just let the words flow. But it's pretty amazing. Ask anybody. Ask anybody whose life has fell apart. The pieces of their life are laying on the ground. The life they once knew is totally gone. Ask anybody who now has a new life, and it's better. It's better than what they had before. You may say that doesn't happen. Oh, yes, it does happen. You rise from those ashes. You do. It's like a new life is born. It is. It's quite possible. It's very possible, and it starts on the inside of here. It does. It's a little bit of faith, the little bitty flicker of light, and the more you start walking forward, the bigger that light grows on the inside of you. Don't ever give up. Don't ever think that there is no more hope, that it's ended. Oh no. It ain't ended. It may be the end of a life that you once knew, but it is the beginning of the life that is right in front of you. All you got to do is start walking toward it. Push the fear aside, completely aside, because you ain't got time for it. You don't got no room for it. And you certainly don't want to carry it, because you want to have a light load going forward. Leave it behind. The life that's waiting for you is straight ahead. Don't give up. You don't have to. I want to tell you, you never have to give up. You don't have to. You want a better life? Start walking. Have the faith that it takes. Some love on the inside. God is love. Jesus is love. It's love. It's that frequency within, your intent within your heart. That's what it's all about. Your heart's intent. So I'm going to go. I am. I felt led to do this all of a sudden. So may the peace that passes all understanding fill your heart this day. And hello, wherever you are, in any part of the world, hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and thank you for listening.